So you guys, welcome. I'm really excited to see everybody. Here today is going to be a session on how to get control of some of the things we actually can control, because we can't control the internet going out, and we can't control the storms and the trees going down. And we're not really being able to control all the riots right now, and we certainly can't control the pandemic. So I'm really all about, I am one of the most realistic people you'll ever meet. And for me, it's all about what can I take control over right now. So I'm going to actually share my screen and share my PowerPoint and get right into the content of today. Okay. So for those of you, okay, do not go down on me. Okay, so for those of you who saw the last session, Your Success is Under Your Mess Part 1, we're going to talk today about Part 2. How's this global pandemic working for you guys? That's really what I want to know, because this is a new way of working for a lot of people. Might not be, it's not for me. I've been working out of my house now for 20 years, and I got this down. This does not affect me at all. What affects me is that I'm not able to leave to get on a stage and speak all over the world, which is what I've normally been doing. So right now, I should be in London, because tomorrow morning was going to be the start of a 2-day conference that I was the opening keynote speaker for in London. And tonight was going to be the party at the Parliament. So needless to say, I am so bummed out about it not happening. I'm speaking tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. for the Creative Women's Conference virtually. But so, you know, the pandemic is affecting people in lots of different ways. Let's be real. For me, it's about not being able to speak on a stage. But as far as working from home and creating a space that's productive, I totally got this. So the question is, not do I want to know how's the pandemic working for you, but more importantly, how are you managing your work during this pandemic? If in fact you have a job and you're working every day, or you're working towards creating something for yourself, how are you managing doing that? So now is your time. Okay. I mean, the biggest silver lining, I think, from this experience is, here are a couple of them. Number one, it really is a great time to get organized, because you're home more, you're not commuting, you can put in breaks in your day, you're around your stuff. It's completely 100% visible to you. You are being reminded of all the crap you might have, right? So now more than ever is your time. I cannot stress that enough. People say to me, how are you doing with all this? And I'm, you know, how are you and Marty doing? I have to tell you something. It's really helped my relationship. We've really gotten into a great groove. We're really having a routine where we get up in the morning and we have coffee on the screened in porch together, which we never did. We got up in the morning, I came to my office, and he got in his car and went to work. So we're doing that. Then we're getting on our calls. Then we're taking the dog for a couple of walks during the day. We're making lunch together. We're really connecting in a way that we hadn't done before, because we didn't see each other as much. So there are a lot of silver linings from this experience. I hope every one of us is looking to see what it looks like for them. But I know more than ever, now is your time to get organized. So no more excuses, okay? Let's just decide no more excuses. If we have a mess and we want to clean it up, now is the time. So I'm going to remind you that getting control of your life is getting control of how your environment functions. Every environment, your technological environment, your physical environment, your emotional environment, your spiritual environment, every single environment that you have in your life, you can get control over. And the most important thing I'm going to say today is we get to choose what it looks like. Okay? We get to choose what that looks like. This right now is the office I'm sitting in. I am literally sitting at that computer right now. And I'm looking at that wall with the pink picture. This room is my happy place. It is the most Zen space on the planet. Why? Because I created it that way. I literally set up a space that was going to bring me joy. I didn't move into a home that had that space. I moved into an empty space. And I created that because I feel like when I surround myself with the things that make me happy and bring me joy and are nice to look at, and there's no clutter, there's no chaos, there's no distraction, I can completely focus on what I'm working on. Why is that doing that? It's not B. So in order to get from where we are, which might be chaos and overwhelm, to where we want to be, which might be what you're looking at right now in your own space, is the word system. And system, you guys, stands for save yourself time, energy, and money. So in every aspect of our life, we have systems. We have systems for our bathroom. We have systems for our kitchen. We have systems for our keys, right? We put our keys, most of us in our life, put our keys in the same exact place every time we come home. Every single time we put our key in the same place. That's a system, as crazy as it sounds. A silverware drawer is a system. But when it comes to work, that's where we're lacking systems. So the job of a problem is to get your attention. So I hear some background noise. If everybody can mute themselves, that would be a big help. I might be hearing some typing or some writing, which is fine. I'm delighted that you're taking notes, but just make sure you're on mute if you will, please. So the job of a problem is to get your attention, guys. That's all it is. All it is saying, oh my God, what are we going to do about it now? Right? So let's talk about 2 key steps to getting control of your life. I spoke last time about mindset about getting organized, and I spoke about decluttering your life. Okay. I'm going to talk about 2 more steps to getting control of your life. And this one is about your clutter. Number 1, we're going to declutter our declutter. We're going to get really serious about doing this. And this is huge. This is a game changer if you're willing to play the game. So how many emails do we have in our inbox? If you guys are willing to raise your hand, I want to ask you a question. And here's the deal. Whatever happens on this call stays on this call. We're not only in a room together. Nobody's seeing you raise your hand. Nobody cares. But I want some honesty so I know what I'm dealing with. Tell me, if you will, how many of you have 10,000 or more emails living in your inbox right now? Raise your hand. Thank you, Jennifer, for being honest. Anyone else want to share? Over 10,000 emails in your inbox. I'm not making you wrong. It is what it is. Okay. How many you have hovering around 5,000? Anybody have hovering around the 5,000? No. Okay. Then let's lower the number. How many of you have around 500 emails living in your inbox right now? Living in your inbox. Thank you. Okay. How many of you honestly have 50 or less emails living in your inbox right now? 50 or less. Okay. Well, based on the number of people I have on this call, if you don't have 50 or less, then you're hovering around the 100 to 250. Raise your hand if you're in the 100 to 250 range. And if you're not raising your hand, you're just not participating because I didn't cover everybody. Okay, here's the deal. It doesn't really matter how many emails you have in your inbox, unless it matters to you. Let me say that again. It really doesn't matter how many emails you have in your inbox, unless it matters to you. It matters to me. I want to use my inbox in a way that serves me well. I don't want to live out of the black hole of an email inbox. So I have a system for processing and working out of my email inbox. Now, let me ask you a quick question. I'm assuming that everyone on this call has a mailbox in front of their house or at the end of their driveway, or a bank of mailboxes if you live in an apartment. But you have a mailbox and the mailman delivers the mail every single day, right? So if the mailman delivers the mail every day, if you're like me, you go to your mailbox, you get your mail, you bring it all inside, you stand by the recycle bin, you keep what you need, and you get rid of what's crap. Most of it's crap, right? There was what we all do with our mailbox. I didn't say that I went down in my mailbox, I grabbed the stuff that I wanted and left the crap for the mailman. I said I took everything. So if I go down this receptacle, for lack of a better term, my mailbox, and I grab everything, what's another word for what that's supposed to be? Now, I don't expect you to answer on this call. I want you to be thinking about it. I'm going to tell you in a minute, okay? So there's a name for an item where you go and you get everything, you take it off, okay? And what that is a loading dock. That's exactly what my mailbox is. My little mailbox in the front of my house is a loading dock, right? It's a little mini loading dock. The mailman goes to my little loading dock. He puts mail in it. I go down to it and I take it out every day. And I leave an empty mailbox for him, right? What if I didn't? What if I just, for 1 month, try that, guys. Go down to your mailbox and just take the good stuff and leave the crap for the mailman. And every day he comes back to a more full and more full and more full mailbox, right? So here's the key. Your email inbox is meant to be the exact same thing. It's meant to be a loading dock. It's not meant for things to live in it. It's meant for them to come in and you to move them out. Listen, we have no control over emails coming into our inbox, ever. Right now, every one of us is on this call and emails are popping into our mailbox. We have no control over it coming in. We only have control over it once it's there. So, 4 reasons for email overload. You're unfamiliar with Outlook or Gmail or whatever you use. You're not scheduling time for processing. You're literally just checking versus processing. You're putting fires out versus making decisions. You're going like this on your phone, scroll up, look for the thing I have to put a fire out for and keep going. Or you have no good system for storing. So email overload isn't measured in terms of the total number of messages received. It's measured in terms of the total number of messages waiting for your attention. Spam is not the problem. Your commitment to deleting it is. It's going to happen. It's going to come in. But if you keep scrolling looking for the fires and you don't get rid of the crap, when you see the crap, then you have 500 emails in your inbox. Okay? So cleaning out your email, your overloaded email inbox. Raise your hand if you're interested in learning how to do this, please. Every single one of you that wants to learn, how do you get to 0 and keep it that way? Right? Okay. So here is the game. This is the game changer, guys. I'm telling you right now, if you institute this system in your email inbox, life is going to look very different. Here's what you're going to do. The first thing you're going to do is you're going to sort by sender. And when you sort by sender, your emails are automatically going to alphabetize. That's what the computer does when you sort by from, okay? Round 1 is you're going to go from A to Z and you're going to delete. You're going to go through the alphabet and you're going to see a group of emails you know you don't need to keep and you're going to delete them. So let's say you're in the A's and you get to Ashley Smith. And you don't need to keep Ashley Smith's emails. She hasn't worked in your company in 7 years now. And you have 400 emails of Ashley Smith, boom. You're going to get rid of all of them. And you're literally going to go down the entire alphabet. You're going to just delete. If you have to think about it, skip it. If you're not sure whether you should delete it, let it pass it by. Only the ones that you know, the Groupons, the Travelocities, all the places that send you stuff all the time, right? All that stuff I want you to clean out of your inbox. And the reason why I have you do this first is because this is an instinctification. Immediately, you're going to take your number down to half that number just by deleting the crap. Okay? Now, I'm not expecting you to do all of this tonight when you get off the call with me. You did not get this place to this number overnight, and you are not going to undo overnight. So what I want to recommend you do is 10 letters of the alphabet a day. Starting today, you're going to go through the A's and the B's, and you're going to see what you can get rid of. And tomorrow, you're going to go with the C's and the D's, and then the E's and the F's, and you're just going to take this 2 letters of the alphabet a day. Now you might get really inspired and decide to knock out 6 letters. You might decide you're going to do this for 1 hour. I don't care. What I'm not looking for is perfection. And what I'm not looking for is you to tackle this whole project at one time. I'll bite it off in chunks. Okay. Round 2, you're still sorted by from. You're going to go back up to the A's. Now you're coming to some emails that you want to keep, but you don't want to keep them in the inbox. You're going to create a folder right there on the right where all those folders are. Okay. You're going to create a folder. Is the folder going to say Wendy Ellin? Is the folder going to say Girls Night In? Is the folder going to say productivity? I don't care what you call me. I can fall into lots of different categories. You get to decide what you want to call the folder. But you're going to move that person or that subject into the folder and out of the inbox. Okay? So round 1, you're deleting. Round 2, now you're starting to move a group of emails with the alphabet that you need in a folder that either you have or you're going to create, right? And now so here's the thing. Everything that comes into our life, ladies, can only fall into one of 2 categories if it's not garbage, okay? It's either a to-do or a to save. I'm going to say it again. Everything that comes into our life, no matter how it comes in, mailman delivers it, email, voicemail, somebody walks by your office, stands at your door and asks you to do something, that's an incoming item, or you're driving somewhere or you're walking. I literally walked earlier today from my desk to the kitchen, and on my way there, it popped in my head that I forgot to give Ruby her flea medicine. just like that, random as it was, right? That's a to-do. It's popped in my head a bunch of times and I don't stop to write it down. It goes out of my head. And then a couple of minutes later, I go, oh, flea medicine, right? So everything that comes into our life, if it's not garbage, it can only be a to-do or a to save. For instance, the mailman delivers an American Express bill to me. What is that? It's a to-do. I have to pay it. The mailman delivers a wedding invitation to me. What do I have to do? What do I do? It's a to-do. I have to put it on my calendar, buy a gift, and RSVP. I get a life insurance policy in the mail. What's that? That's a to save. That's something I want to save for future reference. So because things only fall into one of two categories, either a to-do or to save, I only want you to have two places to put them, the to-do place and the to save place. Here is my to-do place, introducing my electronic command central right here. 2 underscores the word command central, keeps it at the top. It's at the very top, okay? So under command central, I have a folder that says action this week. Under that, no deadline, under awaiting response, under that, awaiting to read. These 5 folders right here are my to-do folders. Everything from blog down are my to save. So here's what happens. Robin Wheeler with Twitter emails me and she asked me to do something for her. I'm not going to respond to her right now, but I don't want to forget and I don't want it in my inbox. I'm going to drag Robin Wheeler into action this week. I work out of this folder. I don't work out of here. This is the black hole of my email inbox. It's just my load box. As it comes in, I move it out. I email someone and I ask them to do something for me. And I want to remember that it's in your court. When I email I blind copy myself on that email so that when you get it, I also get a copy. And when it gets back into my inbox, I drag it into awaiting to response. Everything it's in the awaiting response folder, I'm awaiting a response from somebody else. And I have a one place where I can go to follow up on everybody I'm waiting for something for, right? Marty, my lovely husband, sends me an article at least once a day from the New York Times about something that relating to what I do for a living. And he sends it to me, and the minute I get it, I drag it into a waiting to read. I'm not going to stop what I'm doing right now to read it. I don't want to forget that I want to read it. I want all the things I want to read in one folder called waiting to read. I might have something that I want to pertain to, that I want to do, a project or something that I don't want to forget about, but it doesn't have a deadline. I drag it in no deadline. I have a lot of things living in no deadline. I might get to them, I might not, but I don't want to forget that they're there. And I go in these folders all day long, remind myself of things in there. I work out of the action this week folder. I do as much as I can do this week. If I can't get it done this week, it's in there for this week, right? Then everything that comes into my life that's not due is a to save. That goes in any one of these folders: blog, book, marketing, coaching, content, creative, all these right here. This, my friend, is a game changer. When you have a system for processing, meaning putting it where you need it next, and getting things out of your inbox and into your to-do and your to-save, total game changer. Look at your life like one big volleyball game. Your goal every day is to get as many balls out of your court as possible and into someone else's. Pop them out, guys. Pop them out. They might come back. Pop them out. They'll come back. Pop them out. Working is a game for me. How many balls can I get out of my court into someone else's, right? So this guy had 20,000 emails and I got him to 200. I got him to 0. And it took 2 hours to do this. 2 hours to go through 20,000. You know why? Because most of it was trash. And it was a no-brainer getting rid of them. So the second thing we're going to talk about is getting realistic about getting things done. I want to talk about getting realistic about getting things done. So we only have 24 hours in a day, guys. Okay, let me say that again. We only have 24 hours in a day. The problem is we all act as if we have 36 hours in a day, and we plan accordingly, and we book ourselves full, thinking no problem. I don't see anything sitting in that 12 o'clock slot, so I'm going to book it. And then before you know it, you are completely booked, you're overbooked, you're overwhelmed, and you've overcommitted. So people do business with people they know, like, and trust. I know we all agree on that, right? Here's the deal. You have to underpromise and overdeliver every single time, okay? In order to gain trust, you have to do what you say you're going to do. And that means under promising and over delivering. And the way you do that is by putting block times on your calendar. 3 block times on your calendar. So here's what mine look like. You can do what you want. Number 1, maximize Monday. Every Monday morning, I come into my office, unless I'm traveling, although right now I'm home, and I'm looking at my week to make sure that my week is going to happen exactly the way I see it. I could have made a lunch appointment with Shelley a month ago for this Thursday. How do I know through the entire month that we've both been through that that's still a good time for her and me, right? So I'm looking at my calendar and making sure that what I said I'm going to do, I'm going to do. So maximum Monday is my first block time. I'm in my office getting my week set up. The next block time is my favorite. It's crap day. Friday afternoon is what I call crap day. It's all the crap that I didn't get done in my job that I'm now going to throw into Friday afternoon because I never want to be in Atlanta traffic on a Friday afternoon, which is where I live. And I suspect that nobody on this call wants to be in their city's traffic on a Friday afternoon. So Friday afternoon is my day to get all the crap done in my job I didn't get done during the week. It's a great thing, even if you're not working for a living. What's all the crap that you had to do this week you didn't get done? Can you put it in Friday afternoon so that you feel great about going into your weekend? Right? Think about that. And the next one is a floater day. So my calendar might look like this. Maximize Monday is Monday morning. Crap day is Friday afternoon, and this floater day floats between Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, breakfast, before lunch or after lunch. So if I have a client all day Wednesday out of the house, I can't have a break, a block time. I have to make my block time another time. My rule of thumb with block times is that I must do 3 sessions a week, and they can be moved, but they can't be canceled. I can move them based on work I have going on, but I always get 3 block times a week. And those block times are 90-minute sessions. 90-minute sessions of getting work done. So think about, do you do the worst or the easiest thing first? Think about it. I'm an easiest thing first. I like to knock a bunch of things off my plate so that I have all the hard things at the end of the list. Are you a morning person or an afternoon person? Work when it works for you. Do you set mini milestones? Perfect example. Going through your inbox. Set a mini milestone, 2 letters of the alphabet a day, right? If I told you, okay, guys, I want you to do this right now, and no matter what number you're on, I want you to get to 0, you'd think I was crazy. Because, you know, going through your inbox is not the only thing you have to do right now, right? Gadget separation. How many of us have been willing to put this in another room while we get work done? Literally say, you know what, I'm putting it in the other room. If it rings, it rings. I'll turn the ringer off. I won't know if it rings. I'm not going to do anything with my phone for the next hour because I have work to do, right? Amazing what gadget separation can do. That thing is a blessing and a curse, and I know we all know that. Batching like items together. If you have something that you really hate doing in your job, do it all together one time and make it a Friday afternoon. And then the biggest thing for me is a reward. I am a reward queen. I reward myself for everything. One of my biggest rewards in my workday is that when I get a really good bunch of workday, 3 o'clock, I have a second cup of coffee. I love my 3 o'clock cup of coffee almost as much or more than I do my first one in the morning. It's a huge reward for me. These days, it's iced coffee. So let's recap. 2 new systems, your Command Central and your email, and you're going to start setting time blocks on your calendar. Remember, guys, the change is in the choosing. You can't just decide to want to get organized. You can want to get organized for the rest of your life. When you choose to get organized, it comes with action, then you get the result you want. And I'm looking for progress, not perfection. I am 80% organized and very happy with it. I want progress, not perfection. Perfection doesn't exist. So here's what's possible. You get important work done. You have control over your workload. You have email inbox at 0. You have complete focus every day. You have total self-confidence. You're meeting your daily and your weekly goals. You're able to honor your word. You have respect from your clients and colleagues. You have more energy for your work, increased bottom line revenue, renewed job satisfaction, a good night's sleep, and peace of mind. And if everyone on this call gets one of those things, I'm a girl. So here's the reality. You want something different, you got to do something different. Any kind of clutter is distraction, regardless of whether it's electronic or physical. And working hard and working smart are two very different things. Which one are you up for? Who are you ready to be? What if you had total clarity every day? You had more free time. You were energized at your desk every day. You were able to work smart, not hard, and you loved the way you work. I always say, to love what you do. It's another to love the way you do it. I have no stress around the way I do my job because I have systems. So who are you going to choose to be? Want to chat? Easy. Email me at wendy@wendyellen.com. That's my email address, wendy@wendyellen.com. And in the subject line, put free chat, please. That's simple. Want to talk. Are you frustrated? Want to talk about your challenges? Want to talk about anything relating to this? I'm in. Because if you email me and I see the subject line, free chat, please, I'm just going to send you my calendar link. Grab a 30-minute slot or a 15-minute slot, whatever you want. I'm here right now, guys. I can do it. I am literally in front of my computer all day long without traveling. And right now I'm more available than ever to help people virtually. So the standard of success in life isn't the things, it isn't the money or the stuff. It is absolutely the amount of joy that you feel. That's my joy. That's my joy. And that's my biggest joy in the world. And everything changes the moment you commit to something. Again, Wendy@wendyellen.com. Ellin is with an I-N, not an E-N. And if you want a session, just put in the title free session and we can get on the phone and talk about whatever is stressing you out.